As often happens in the media, starting with this episode, we made some changes. First of all, instead of having just one feature, we've expanded this show into a full program with 3 features and commercial breaks. In the process, it will become a weekly program with all kinds of great information regarding the NFHS and its member state associations. So, if you have any story ideas from your state, please contact me and we'll get your story on the air. Speaking of stories, we'll get to our first one right after this. Stay tuned. Hello, and welcome to another episode of NFHS Now. I'm your host, John Gillis. At this time, we've got some great information for you regarding 3 state associations. The Nevada Interscholastic Activities Association and Crossover have announced a partnership, naming Crossover as an official technology partner. Crossover, which is one of the leaders in game breakdowns and video analytics, will provide its services to the NIAA and its member schools, including self-editing tools and discounted pricing on automated breakdown services. The Oklahoma Secondary School Activities Association is taking steps to measure the interest of its membership in developing a girls wrestling state tournament. The OSSAA surveyed its 151 wrestling schools and determined that 70% expressed interest in the topic. The Oregon School Activities Association announced that its track and field championships will be held at 2 sites, Mount Hood Community College and Western Oregon University. It will mark the first time since 1977 that at least one state meet isn't held at the University of Oregon's Hayward Field, which is currently under construction. We'll be back with more NFHS Now right after this important message. Stay tuned.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Hi, I'm Erin Breyer, Coordinator of Publications, Communications, and Sports at the NFHS. Welcome to the second installment of our social media series, where we hope to uncover best practices, tips, and tricks that states are using to help boost their social media following and engagement. For this segment, we asked a few of the state association's social media experts the following questions. 1, from what type of content do you typically see best engagement? And 2, what are your best tips for engaging students? Here's what they said. Ashton Honor, Marketing Specialist of the Nebraska School Activities Association, says that the NSAA gets their best engagement from photo content, as it's more likely that people will scroll right by if you only have words. She recommends adding a picture to your post so that people are more likely to stop and engage with that post. For student engagement, Ashton's best tip is to use graphics of student athletes and participants from your state championship events. With these, there seems to be a lot of excitement and buzz, especially if that particular student school is back in the championships. Kyle Niblett, the Public Relations Specialist of the Florida High School Athletic Association, shared that some of their best engagement is a result of providing some sort of compelling visual content to areas that fans are not allowed to have access to. For example, the FHSAA will go in the tunnel pregame with a team or a locker room for an emotional speech, on the court, live during state championship trophy presentation, or even broadcast the post-game press conference. The goal is to give viewers the added experience that they didn't get from being in the stands. Kyle also told us that for students, they heavily utilize Snapchat and Instagram and aim to focus the experience as a high school student. They often allow student Snapchat takeovers. That way, students are seeing someone they can relate to, rather than an FHSAA staff member. Many times, Florida will put the camera in the hands of a student and have them do the filming. Other times, the FHSAA will film the students, tag them on social media, encourage them and their peers to repost and share it. The FHSAA also works to leverage celebrities or influencers who are attending games to produce videos or content on their platforms to help the FHSAA appeal more to young adults. Great ideas from Florida. The New York State Public High School Athletic Association Director of Communications, Chris Watson, told us that in New York, they typically see their best engagement from videos on Twitter. They'll post game highlights, interviews, and videos of the team storming the court when they win a championship, which always is a big hit with their following. In order to get students engaged, New York hires social media assistants for most of their state championship events. In most cases, they'll use current high school student athletes or current college students because they do a great job engaging the young people. When a student is running the social media channel for the NYSPHSAA, they strive to give the kids free rein on the accounts to encourage them to try new things to get engagement. Another thing they have used to get students involved is Snapchat geofilters at championships. It encourages fans, student athletes, and anyone who has a Snapchat to show that they're at one of their events. The NYSPHSAA doesn't actually run their own Snapchat account, they just create and purchase the geofilters for their fans to use. They've noticed that people seem to really enjoy them and use them when they're available. With so many great ideas in this segment, I hope that these tips and tricks have been helpful and inspiring to you as you continue to post and share on social media channel in your state. And remember, if you would like to submit your thoughts, ideas, or questions about social media, feel free to send them to the email address below. We'd love to hear from you and highlight your tips on the NFHS Now program. That's all for today on social media. We'll be right back with more NFHS Now after this important message. Stay tuned.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Welcome back to the show. Among my responsibilities at the NFHS, I administer the National High School Spirit of Sport Award and the National High School Heart of the Arts Award. As I'm sure you know, the Spirit of Sport recognizes individuals involved with athletics, and the Heart of the Arts recognizes people in the performing arts. I want to take this opportunity to remind you that the deadline for submitting a nomination is February 1st, less than a month from now. If you have a deserving nominee, be sure to submit your nomination. If you have any questions regarding the process, feel free to contact me at the email address at the bottom of the screen. We'll be right back with more NFHS Now after this important message. Stay tuned. This wraps up our first ever fully realized episode of NFHS Now. We hope you enjoyed it. If you have any story ideas, contact me and we'll get you on the air. Take care, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.